interim title shot. How proud of you to be this young and achieve so much?
Yeah, it's cool. It's good. I was hoping to chase John Jones' record though, so I'm a little disappointed in myself, to be honest with you. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I said I'd be a world champion 25. That's what the whole hashtag was about. And I think, like she was talking about the Facebook thing where it shows you the past. I said that like 3 years ago that I'd be a world champion. So I'm happy for it.
And do you think Tony's a worthy opponent this Saturday night for this sort of occasion?
Absolutely. Tony's the toughest fight in his division. He always has been. And I think once I go out there and I smoke him on Saturday, you can't doubt me no further. Tony has always been the toughest fight. Nobody wants to fight Tony Ferguson, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it.
You've been calling out Khabib for almost a couple of years now. Is there sort of almost a sense of this being bittersweet that you're not fighting him for a title?
Yeah, it would have been better to fight Khabib just because he's an easier fight than Tony. I like the easy fights. I like easy money. So it would have been better, but what can I do? I'm not a bully. I can't make the man fight. I don't know how many times I got to call him out. I'm going to have to call him out after this one, and then I still got to try and make the man fight. So, I don't know. We'll see.
The division is full of fighters. Why did you want Khabib to fight? Because you feel like he's an easy fight for you, or why were you calling him out for so long?
Yeah, he's an easy fight, and I want to take that O away from him. You know, folks think that he's this big killer, that he's this Russian bear and all this, and I want to show everybody that he's not. It was the same thing when I was calling out Sage all those years ago. I was going to show folks that the boy can't fight. And I'm going to show the same thing versus Khabib. I got to go the long route again on this. I've had to go the long route the whole way here, and I'm going to continue that. I like the challenges. It's just going to make me stronger. It's just going to make me better.
How do you respond to Tony said that you talked your way into this fight? I know there's been bad blood, and I'm not trying to exploit that, but it just seems, you know, you really haven't just... You've worked your way up to this point.
Yeah, I got more fights in the same amount of time as him. So how he can say that, I don't know. I talked my way by saying yes when they called and they said, "Do you want to fight Tony?" I said, "Hell yeah." So if that's the talking, but you know, I fought 4 times this year. He's only fought once. It seemed like he's doing all the talking. In June, when we did the big media day, he was the one who was sitting up there with a suit and tie. I was covered in somebody else's blood. I had just put in the work, so I don't see how that's taught.
And he was saying that the fight is going to go depending on how you treat him. If you piss him off, it's going to go longer because he wants to make you suffer. You've already been going back and forth for a while. Is there anything else that you can say to piss him off?
Yeah, I don't know. I done pretty much called the man everything under the book, I think. So he say a lot of weird stuff. He a weird dude. I'm gonna let him say it. So he's just a weirdo.
And how do you see the fight playing out?
I hope that he can stay in there. I hope that he can take the power. I hope that it's 25 minutes, and I hope I get the best Tony Ferguson there is. Because then after that, there's no denying me. Tony's always been the toughest fight, and I'm approaching it that way. So after this one, you can't deny me no further.
What's the most important thing that your coach Dewey has instilled in you?
Dewey, I surround myself with nothing but world champions. Dewey's a multiple-time world champion in different sports at all levels. So he knows what it takes to get there and to be a world champion. And I just learn from guys like that. I learn from Dewey. I learn from Rob. I learn from all my trainers. I learn from all my training partners. Even when I go over and I watch somebody like Floyd Mayweather train, and I get to pick his brain a little bit and figure out what makes these champions tick. And I got a lot of the same shit. So and they see it in me, and that's only more motivation.
This fight seemed to originate on the post-fight show after you beat Chiesa. Was there an element that in your mind you knew you maybe had to get a little bit of a spark going with Tony to get this fight?
Nah. I think it was the rightful fight to make, even if we didn't do that. You know, like I said, Khabib didn't want to fight. Eddie and Justin, they beat themselves into retirement. Nate's off doing what he out smoking in Cabo or something. So this was the fight to make. It was no other fight. You know, Barboza's out. You know, I've got all the credentials. I ain't just talking my way into it. I've got the credentials to back it up. And after this, they can talk about rankings all they want. After this one, I'm #1.
Are you worried that Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje could jump, even though you're fighting for an interim title? Because there's a lot of people saying if Justin wins the fight, he could be the next Conor McGregor.
Sure. Yeah, maybe he should. Maybe Conor should prove himself against another a 55er before he gets a shot at the title. If they want to fight for a #1 contender fight, sure, yeah, why not?
And what do you think about Conor and his fight with Floyd Mayweather? Did it go like you visualized, or what did you think of that performance?
Yeah, it went how it went. I didn't see him getting out wrestled as bad versus Floyd. Boy's wrestling really ain't that good, so he in for a world of trouble if he get a hold of me, if I get a hold of him, because it ain't gonna be no ref separating us. He was getting out wrestled by a dude that this tall, 150 pounds. It's not gonna go good for him, and as a boxer.
Yeah. After that performance, do you see him or any other UFC fighter going over to boxing? Do you think that brought attention to people wanting to do that more, or do you think that's it? It's done. Over
Yeah,
with?
I think that's it. I think it's. I don't even think it makes sense. I don't think the money is really there like how a lot of these guys think it is. You got to have a lot of ducks in that row for that to go right. And even if like you see like Aldo wants to go over and box, and it's like people don't even want to watch you in an MMA fight. Who the fuck gonna want to watch you in a boxing match?
Yeah, and I know
it's more than that. It's more than just like, okay, you switch of sports. You can't just put the sport on your back and think you're just gonna use that as leverage. Nobody want to watch you fight regardless.
And I know Las Vegas is your home, second home, just like it is for me. What went through your mind when you saw all of these things that were happening on Monday, so close to your fight, and how are you able to get refocused on what you have to do on Saturday after that?
It's a lot of people like that in Vegas. This is my second home, but it's still my home regardless. It don't matter where you're from. We all the same people. And people saying that, do I carry Vegas on my back? Like shit, we should all carry Vegas on our back. It's done a lot for us. We all still the same people. I don't care if it's from Detroit, you from Philly, you from Atlanta, wherever you from. This fight on Saturday is going to be a celebration of life, and that's where I feel most alive. I'm living in the moment. I ain't thinking about the future. I ain't thinking about the past. I'm just thinking about that fight.
No time. Hey, where's your shirt at, bro?
Oh, look, right here.
Give the folks
it's just laying down, It's just clipped down, but I'm gonna make it happen. It's a little hot here.
Tell us about doing your camp at the Performance Institute.
It's been smooth. This is my second camp being able to be there. Tony talk about running up in the bears and up in Big Bear or wherever you up running the mountains. There's a reason why cavemen ain't still alive. Look, we on some cutting edge shit over there, so I make sure that I prepare right, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna smoke it, and I'm gonna show.
You talked about matching up well with your coach, Dewey. Why do you think you match up so well?
Fucking did it to me again. Thank you. Thank you.